I took Fallout New Vegas's hardcore mode and cranked it up to 11 with a bunch of difficulty mods, including one that makes me a one-shot kill if I get hit in the head. I want to see how far I can make it through the main story and how many times this brutal version of New Vegas will kill me along the way. No, chill. I started up a new game, made my character, and named him Hardcore Henry, which I thought was quite fitting, and then I enabled Hardcore mode. I met the people of Good Springs and helped them with their fight against the Powder Gangers. This was my first attempt at combat, and just one or two shotting everyone felt great. Okay. One of the mods I installed rebalances the health and damage in the game, making it more realistic for everyone, so you can one-shot kill someone, but enemies can do the exact same back to you. Also, wary of the fact that I now have needs to look after, I rested in this petrol station before heading down south. Here's another mod I installed. It makes people stagger depending on where they get hit, so if you get shot, there's a chance that you will stagger, essentially stun locking you for 1 to 2 seconds. Little did I know it yet, but this mod would become my biggest challenge. I decided I'd head towards the big NCR camp with the statues, just so I could grab some supplies and get some sleep. Traveling down to Nipton started to make me rethink this entire challenge because I realized that if I was overwhelmed by a group of 3 or more enemies, that would be pretty much guaranteed death for me. Yo! So from here on out, I decided I would try my absolute hardest to avoid any further confrontation unless I absolutely had to, which kinda sucks for me because the route to Novak is full of enemies, all trying to ambush you on the sides of these canyons and such. I did something I'd come to regret later, which was to use up my one and only Stealth Boy to get past all these groups of enemies and reach Novak. Stealth Boys would become the most valuable item in the game for me, so using up this one would surely be a regrettable decision later on. I arrive at Novak, I meet up with Boone, he takes off his hat, and I am blessed with what appears to be a very glorious egg at first, until I realize that's just his head. After doing his quest and murdering some of the townspeople, I recruit Boone into my service, and with him at my side, I feel a lot more confident and I have a bit of a pep in my step as I head towards New Vegas. However, I was starting to get a little bit exhausted with the constant dehydration my character would face. I get it, you need to drink water all the time, that is realistic. It's just that it felt more annoying than immersive for my character to constantly be afflicted with severe dehydration debuffs. More on that later. Making my way to New Vegas, I was conscious that I had no way of really getting into the strip yet. I had no idea how I would go about it, as I did not want to grind any faction quests. Out of pure curiosity and against my better judgment, I attempted to run through the gates without permission. No, chill. Did I just softlock myself? No, like... Have I just softlocked myself? Okay, they're chill now. Boone, brother, you don't want to...
Submit to a credit check or present your passport before proceeding to the gate.
Boone, whatever you do not look behind you. So, after a little bit of research, I found out that you can disguise yourself as an NCR soldier to get into the strip really easily. So I traveled back to Prim, stealth killed a soldier, took his clothes, and went back to take the NCR railway directly into the strip. We are here, bro. This is an amazing discovery because I've always struggled getting into the strip in the early game, when in reality it's a lot easier with this knowledge now. I immediately headed to confront Benny at the Top's casino.
What in the goddamn?
I spoke with Yes Man and was initially going to beat the game with the Yes Man independent ending. However, this run would have other ideas for me. More on that later.
Mr. Soren,
What? I was invited to see the Legion's leader, Caesar, so me and Boone make our way there, which would prove to be a horrible mistake because Boone is very heavily anti-Legion, and I think because I had him with me, they immediately aggroed onto me as soon as I arrived. No! I'm doing this for you, Boone. This is a very sad moment for everyone watching this video. We all loved Boone. We all thought he was a great man, a great husband, and a great friend. I dressed myself in his clothes so that I could carry the flame. This run is dedicated to Boone and his legacy. We will not forget about that head of his. Pause. I meet up with Caesar and he tasks me with destroying House's bunker down below. He hands me the platinum chip and I thought I could leave the camp with it and go directly back to Yes Man, but this game had already thought this through and I would not be allowed to leave with the chip in hand. So, change of plans. We're not going for Yes Man anymore, we're doing the Legion route. I entered the bunker and this would prove to be the most challenging part of the game yet. This was half an hour of hell, of just pure trial and error. There are so many bots down here and by this point I've got no stealth boys left, so there's no sneaking my way out of this. Pulse grenades are absolutely amazing against robots, but the problem is that I didn't have a huge amount of them, and I burnt through the few I had way too fast. At this point, I thought the run was legitimately dead. I thought this video wasn't viable and that I'd just wasted my time. It felt like I'd soft-locked myself down here with no way out, but then I remembered Boone's face. I remembered what this run meant to him and how I vowed not to give up even when life was kicking me down. I vowed to do this challenge no matter what it took, and against all odds and after way too many attempts, I managed to escape the bunker. We out? Oh my god, we're safe. We've done it. We have done it. I did not think I would make it out. I thought the run was over. I deadass thought that. I beat Benny's ass in the arena and I steal his drip as well as the Maria, which would become my main gun for the rest of this run. I take a little break to do some shopping and some light maintenance on my food and water. And next, I'm given the task to kill Mr. House. The only option I thought was really viable here was to take down House with a bunch of stealth boys at my disposal. So I made my way to the outskirts of Repcon where there was a bunch of dead Nightkin. I was fortunate enough to find 2 stealth boys, which at first I thought wouldn't be enough, but later I found out was perfect. I enter House's casino, I stealth past every single robot in my way, and I pull the plug on the man himself. This was so smooth, so perfect, and I hope the rest of the run goes exactly like this. Next, I'm tasked with either negotiating with the boomers or killing their leadership. Stay away from me. Hey, stay away from me. I didn't really feel like doing the Boomer questline for 2 hours, so instead I planned to kill them. I go back to Good Springs to see the goat, the doctor, to get my rads removed because they were starting to worry me. And this is also the part where I find out how easy it is to maintain hydration. It's not just rivers and lakes that you can drink at, but also sinks and toilets, as disgusting as that is. There we go. You can drink out of toilets as well. Oh, wow. Dehydration had plagued me this entire run, and I'd only now just solved it, which is a little bit shameful. Sorry, I can be a little bit slow, but you know, we've got it figured out now. The rest of the run should go swimmingly. I managed to get through Boomer airspace by hugging this cliff wall and getting through completely untouched. And here begins my John Wick moment. I slime out this old lady before moving on to the old guy. That was clean as well, bro. The way I like popped them all at the door, that was so clean. I report my mission success back to Caesar. He's feeling very pleased with me and he orders me to kill the Brotherhood of Steel. Even in vanilla Fallout with no mods and no hardcore mode, this part is pretty difficult to me, but I figured with the help of a bunch of stealth boys, I'd be able to make do. So I returned to RepCon and entered the facility to look for more of them. I also end up unlocking Caesar's favor, which is something I'd been looking forward to this entire run. It's essentially a bunch of free loot that restocks itself every few days with money, ammo, and apparently the occasional stealth boy. Although I didn't manage to get any on my first go, but at this point I'm feeling pretty good about attempting to do the Brotherhood. I find out very quickly that aggroing them was not going to be the way, because the second they saw me, I was one shot killed instantly. There was nothing I'd be able to do against them head on. So then I switched to my stealth boys, which had bailed me out of everything up to this point. But this place is a complete maze. Not to cope too hard, but it had been a while since I'd done this section and I did not know who I was meant to pickpocket. I did not know how to navigate the place, and even when I was cloaked in stealth boys, I was discovered almost immediately and they slaughtered me like a pig. Now with enough effort and time, I believe I would be able to figure out who to pickpocket in order to stealth detonate the entire Brotherhood, but I'm currently just lacking the New Vegas knowledge needed to do so. So I'm letting the game take the victory on this one. I'll hold up my hands and admit defeat here. I think I did go a little bit overboard with the difficulty mods, especially the one that makes you stagger. I thought with such realistic adjustments to the game, it would feel more fun and be a really cool, unique experience, but instead it ended up feeling really janky and unfair. To quickly touch upon hardcore mode, I will not be revisiting this mode in the foreseeable future just because it never felt immersive to me. It felt more like a constant annoyance that I had to worry about. The dehydration was just relentless. It would just keep hitting me multiple times a day. And it's weird because sleeping never factored in at all. I was never told that I was starting to feel tired or anything, and I would stay up multiple days in a row and the game would just not care. But with dehydration, it's like you had to drink every 3 in-game hours or else you'd just get massive debuffs. I don't know, it just didn't feel as seamless as something like the survival mode in Skyrim, which did a lot of things better. Here it just felt like constant debuffs happening and kind of interrupting your gameplay. Maybe if I'd engaged with its systems a little bit more actively, hardcore mode could have been more enjoyable, but I was really just too locked in on the run and on completing the next objective, so I never felt like I was enjoying the hardcore mode aspect. But anyway, that's pretty much all from me. If you enjoyed watching a game brutally hurt me, check out my Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 Naked and Unarmed run to see if I was any more successful with beating that than I was with this. I'm gonna clock out now. See ya.